Welcome to Near Falls with D. Hall. He's talking on bars and how they win it all. Yeah, it's just Near Falls with D. Hall. The final takedown, the glory or the fall. So loosen up, step on in, wrestle with the need to win. We're talking Near Falls with D. Hall. Ready or not, he's here to brawl.
What's going on, wrestling fans? Welcome into another edition of Near Falls with D Hall, a wrestling podcast. Today, so excited. This is the best time of year. My favorite project of the year, the 24-25 WPIAL Coaches Preview. So excited to bring this to you guys. I have a bunch of different coaches coming on from across the WPIAL. They're going to come on, talk about their schedule, expectations, up-and-comers, their leaders, their seniors, all that type of stuff. You guys know the drill. This is year 3 or 4 of me doing it. So pumped up to bring it to you guys. I really hope you enjoy it, and just hope you enjoy listening to these guys talk like I did. It was always a blast for me, and this year was no different. So without further ado, welcome in to the WPIAL Coaches Preview.
Welcome to the Near Falls WPIAL Show, where D.R. and Kaz are gonna tell you all the things you wanna know. Whether it's Trinity or Spencer Lee or Mr. Kurt Angle, just ask Vinny, WPIAL, yeah, Ken and Mac for sure. They got the interviews to soothe your soul, because it's Near Falls in the WPIAL.
Okay, joining me now on the call, we have coach for Laurel Area High School, Mr. Antonio Renio. How are you, sir?
Good. How about you?
Doing really good. Did I pronounce that right? And I forgot. I read off the rep.
It's close. It's Ray.
Tell me what I mess up. Renio or Renio?
It's Rayino.
Reno. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get it eventually, my friend. I'll get it eventually. But coach, thank you so much for coming on, hanging out with me as always, and talking about the Spartans. First things first, man, talk to me about your alumni. Who's doing things on the next level? Who's just doing things, post high school?
So from last year, we have Alexis Brua. She was our senior she placed 7th in the state last year. So she's wrestling over at Hughesville over in Buffalo.
Nice.
And out of that class, that was the only one that went on to wrestle. The previous year we have Abby Miles. She's still wrestling over at Albion. She just took first place at the Albion Open this weekend. And Grant's over at Pitt.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, all good things. I know Grant's over there. You guys are obviously doing big things. Talk to me about the off-season program. You guys getting rolling around, trying to get these guys ready to go?
Yeah, so we actually started earlier this year. Right after the kids got out of school, we started our off-season program in June, and we ran 2 days a week from June all the way up till the season started. Had a great turnout. A lot of kids wrestled up in clubs, off-season tournaments. So it was nice. It was nice to see the amount of interest in the room on the off season.
So talk to me about some of the seniors, some of the captains. Who's going to be leading the squad for you this year?
So we have 2 seniors this year. We have Reed Ketzel and Ashton Maine. Those are the 2 seniors this year. And the rest of them are all underclassmen. Last year we had a very young team. A lot of sophomores, freshmen. So so just still a young team this year. A little more experienced from last year. The ones that are going to lead the room. So I'm looking at, there's a bunch of leaders in the room this year. The biggest voice that's been standing out is Braxton Carr, and he's someone that didn't wrestle last year. He wrestled for us as a freshman. Then at preseason tournament last year before in Oklahoma, had a season-ending injury, so he was out for the whole season. So he's back this year, and he's the big voice in the room.
What weight are we looking for him to be?
He's going to probably be around 152, 160.
Gotcha.
This year. Yeah. Yeah, he's the one in the room right now, taking charge. So it's nice to have him back. It was a big loss last year not having him on the mat.
Yeah, no doubt. It's always good to have that guy that's in the room that's not necessarily the coach's voice, one of the kids' voice. Talk to me about the other side of the coin, the freshmen, the newcomers, who are, some of those guys that might create waves that we might not expect or know.
Yeah, so we had a lot of freshmen this year, but we decided to bring up 3 of them up to varsity. One is Jack Hondershock. Another one is Josh Sherman, and another one's going to be Jimmy Stivers. And we got pretty high hopes for these 3. We're looking to them to step into the lineup and produce for us right off the bat. So they had a pretty successful junior high season last year. All 3 of them, made the state tournament. So yeah, we're pretty excited to have them in there, and they've been coming to off-season workouts, and they've been doing pretty well.
Okay, room games. What do you guys get into? You let them play dodgeball, kickball? What's it look like for you guys?
I mean, I know I threw a curveball at you last year, and I told you wiffle ball, but and it's
still incredible.
It's still one of our main games, I mean,
I might have to take a trip up to Laurel, up to freaking Shenango County to come check out a wiffle ball game. Yeah, I love a good wiffle ball game. Throw some curveballs, a little slurve in there, baby. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, they do play some dodgeball, but whenever we have some downtime, whenever there's a decent break in action for a week or so, we'll pull out the baseball bat and it's on. I mean,
so what are we talking? Like the classic yellow wiffle ball bat? Like the classic? Oh, dude, now we're talking. Let's go.
Yeah, we have bases in our wrestling room. It gets heated.
I love it. Well, yeah, man, I've said it a few times already. Like wrestlers, they can make games or make up rules for any game, but they'll be the first to, fist fight over those rules that they just created 15 minutes ago.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of argument.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, talk to me about your schedule, man. What's it look like for you guys? Obviously, I always see you guys at the MAC tournament. It's one of my, one of my classics. I always catch you guys at. But you guys go across, across the WPIAL, even across the state. What's it look like for you guys this year?
So we switched it up a little bit. So we're starting off at the Sheets Classic again up in Greenville. We wrestle a lot of District 10 teams up there, and I was checking out our pool, and we have Fraser in our pool this year. So I'm kind of excited for that one. We always cross paths, but never met on the mat yet. So pretty pumped up for that one. And then we go over to the Moon Duels. And then we have the MAC tournament, which is at Laurel this year.
Nice.
And we're going to go to Burgettstown tournament this year. And then,
nice.
And then close off for our tournament season at the Fred Bell.
I mean, that's a great list of tournaments. You're going up north for a couple tournaments. You guys are up there already, so it's not too far. I mean, Fred Bell's, I'm sure, is just right across the county for you guys. But
yeah,
also, you guys are getting those different competition that you might not necessarily see at a Moon Duels or some of those things. So, that's good stuff, man. Yeah,
especially the Fred Bell. I mean, they pull teams from everywhere, all across the state. I know Williamsport's a big one that comes there every year, and you really get a good look. I know it benefited us. I think the year McKay was a senior. I mean, in his bracket, he had I think the top 4 place winners at the Fred Bell were the top 4 place winners in the state. So you really get a nice look at that.
Yeah, man, you can't ask for much more. You go to a tournament like that, just trying to find the best level of competition, and on the other side to get your guys as many matches as possible, which you guys do. I know you guys, like you said, Moon Duels and things of that nature. So, Okay, talk to me about your coaching staff. Who's who's all leading the charge with you guys?
So head coach is Kevin Carmichael. He's been the head coach now for us for a while. I want to say over 30 years. So he's got to be over 30 years. He's been
Awesome.
there. But
Awesome.
he's the staple of the program. I mean, he started there whenever we had 6 wrestlers on the team, and and we have it built up to what it is now. He's just great for the program. We also have Jay Matteo. He's also one of our assistant coaches on the varsity squad, and he's also the head coach of our girls program.
Nice.
And then we also brought in Ike Miles, and he's running our junior high program this year. And then we brought in Kayla, who's our assistant girls coach. So we made a couple additions to our team this year.
All right. What's it look like for you guys for social media? How can we follow your squad?
So there's a couple outlets. One, we have a Facebook account, which is Laurel Wrestling. Then we have a Twitter account or X account that's Gangrene Wrestling, and some of the other matches you can follow us are on the Laurel High School school district page, and also LC Sportsnet. They come to a match or two of ours and broadcast it.
Love that. Give me your, I guess the last question I have for you, the expectations, the goals. What are you looking to do with the squad this year?
We're looking to win. I think our the wrestlers' goals, the coaches' goals, and the program's goals are all in line this year. I think we had a really good showing last year with a young team making the WPIAL playoffs. Advancing like I think 5 or 6 kids in the Southwest region that were all underclassmen. Our goal this year is to win a section title, get to the WPIAL Final Four, go for a WPIAL title, make the state.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm going to be real. Those are our goals, and it's going to be a challenge, but we're in a good position this next 2 years to really make a push, and that's our goal.
I love it, man. I mean, you gotta set high expectations to get there, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me. Last question I have for you on that. What about some freshmen, some newcomers that are coming up that did I ask you that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking through my questions. That's fine.
That's okay.
I'll just cut this out at the end. All right, my friend. I think that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for coming on, hanging out with me. Do you have anything for me before I leave you go?
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw some shout outs out there.
Yeah, baby.
While I have the platform,
Yeah.
I want to put a shout out to you. I think what you and Kaz are doing is great for this for the sport of wrestling in this area. I know I look forward to watching the program, and I know my wrestlers look forward to it, and it's great. And I don't know if we all appreciate that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's
yeah. Then also shout out to the Laurel boosters, the Laurel School District for all their support for us coaches and us wrestlers. I got to take a shout out to the elementary program, the coaches down there, Liam Powell and Ike Miles that run the elementary program that get our wrestlers trained and prepared to come up to the next level. It makes our job a lot easier as a coach when they come up ready to hit the mat. And then, of course, the last shout out I have is my wife. I have to.
Yeah, baby. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this now. This is my 22nd year coaching, and she's been with me this whole time. And it gets when wrestling season rolls around, it gets rough.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, yep. And she's just very supportive, and I appreciate it. Because I love doing this.
Man, that's a lot of love, and I think any wrestling wife that's out there listening or watching this, they know exactly what we're talking about. So that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And good tribute to your wife there. Appreciate you as always coming on and hanging out with me, and good luck to the Spartans. Hopefully we'll see you towards the Final Four there at the end of the year.
I hope so. We'll see.
My man, appreciate you.
All right. Take care.